This information I'm giving to you guys, you will most likely not find it anywhere else for free. So smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's get this channel to 100K subscribers. First things first, I want to warn you guys of a possible market pullback sometime next week because the VIX is sitting on support just below $20. As you guys can see, that level was previously being used as resistance before this breakout move right here. Now we are retesting that level, and I do believe we will see a bounce which will cause a pullback in the broader market. With that said, now let's take a look at the NASDAQ triple Qs. Right now, the NASDAQ is struggling to get above 482. So far, it's gotten rejected 4 times after falling beneath that level. Should this continue, you have support at 470. If that level breaks, I want you guys to watch the next support at 462 and 458. Guys, based on my retracement strategy, I'm looking for the NASDAQ to come down to 458 and then try to find some form of a bottom. Now, let's take a listen to what Tom Lee had to say in his most recent CNBC interview.
Good deal for businesses, and I think it would set the stage for a much bigger recovery rally than we expect.
Afterwards, right?
Yes,
I mean,
after.
the problem is the paralysis, if you will, between now and then. Like, what are we supposed to do over the next 10 days?
I mean, that's the dilemma, right? Because we still have 8 trading days till April 2nd. Most investors are getting just nauseous from the volatility, so they want to throw in the towel. But we also know that markets will bottom or have historically bottomed before the event actually happens.
Guys, the writing on the wall is that we are near a market bottom. Don't try to time the market. Just get in where you fit in. Now, let's jump to a stock that has been moving exactly as I've been predicting. And that stock is no other than QUBT, Quantum Computing. Here's the receipt. Levels to watch. Current support is now at 670. If the bulls can defend this level, I think they will take aim at $9 per share. Guys, this is just the result from studying the markets day in and day out. You too can do the same, but don't believe you're going to get there without putting in the necessary work. All right, let me get back to the chart. So now that the stock is sitting above support at 670, if it falls below this level, look for it to come down to 524. And if it breaks above $9, then look for it to have a run towards $11 per share, which is my price target. Now, let's take a look at Tesla. Before I go into the charts, let's take a listen to what Dan Ives had to say.
Wedbush's Dan Ives here at Post 9 to discuss. He's got a buy rating on Tesla, $550 price target. Is one of them leave the Department of Government Efficiency to come back and focus on Tesla?
I mean, look, I believe, a few weeks ago it felt contained from all of our survey work and we talked about it on the show. I think it's turned into what I'll call a brand crisis, and really a brand crisis tornado. And I think for Musk, he needs to balance this in terms of being Tesla CEO and Doge. And I believe taking a step back from Doge is crucial to the name. And, some will argue, we've been through it before, and I've been there from the beginning. I do believe the future of Tesla will really be determined how Musk handles the coming months. And I think that's why it's that much of a white knuckle moment. The longer term continues to be a golden sort of strategy. Near termization.
So is the concern for you that the longer he remains at Doge, the more controversial Tesla as a brand is going to be, or is it a focus thing?
I think.
Guys, this had happened before, and this was when Elon purchased Twitter. A lot of investors were worried that Elon was not focusing on the company, and the stock suffered because of that. That year, Tesla fell 73%, but 2 years later, the stock recovered and was up over 360%. The history is saying that at some point after this dip, the stock is going to have a nice run to the upside. So after Friday's bounce of 5%, Tesla is now back above support at 246. If Tesla comes back down to 215 and breaks that level, based on my technicals, the stock will probably come down to $200 per share. Above 246, Tesla has resistance at $300 per share. Once investors pile back into Tesla's stock, look for a run to 494. That's a 98% move from current price. Now let's have a look at ticker symbol PLTR, Palantir Technologies, which is a popular stock amongst investors. So from its recent high, the stock was down 40% at lows. And from this bounce, the stock is now up 21%. Currently, the stock is running into resistance at $92. If Palantir stock can't break through this level, then there is a good chance the stock can come down to its next support at $78. If the stock also breaks that level, I want you guys to keep your eyes on the next support level at $70 per share. Now, if Palantir can break above $92, look for a run to 108. So based on my trading strategy, Palantir did not complete the move to 144. At some point, I'm looking for the stock to complete the full retracement to that target price. That's a 57% move from where we're currently at. Alright guys, thanks again for watching and see you in the next video.